All right, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another live stream. Maybe, sorta, could be. Let's see if this is gonna work. We got MD here, first one, showing up. Who says crackhead? So that's good. Are you calling me a crackhead, MD? Am I a crackhead? I don't smoke crack. Just so you know. I got Maiden. Hey, Maiden, how you doing? We got Caitlin. We've got Medieval Reaper. We've got Parker. Hey, Parker, how you doing, man? And C. Benny, Madeline K. Simpson's here. What's up, Simpson? MD wants to know why you live in Canada for Trev, or what? Why do I live in Canada? I don't know. I grew up here. Everything I have is here. I have thought about moving to the States a couple times, but, I have my job here and everything. So it's something I might do at some point. But it's good to live in Canada too. Our stuff doesn't pay quite as much here, like our jobs and whatnot, as you guys in the States, but it's not bad. So yeah, I like it. It's not too bad. People here are pretty nice. It does get cold. Yeah, it gets cold here. Right now it's a little cold, but it's starting to get warmer, so it's not too bad. I thought about it. I just never had a reason to pull the trigger and move. So hey, JR, how you doing? We got Debbie. We got as USA. Second part of the name, you look ugly. That's not very nice, Azusa. Then who do we got? Spitfire, and so. I think Spitfire is just about to watch the episode. So yeah, Spitfire, come on back in an hour, and we'll likely still be here. MD, why do you say to stay out of America? Yeah, the new episode is just about to start in about 10 minutes. So I did watch this one early on Premiere, and I did post the review for it yesterday. I guess most people probably haven't seen it ahead of time. There are some people that have seen it now, but a lot of viewers are going to be watching it in the next 10 minutes here. It's an okay episode. I did the review yesterday. If you guys haven't seen the review, I think that episode 18 is pretty good. I won't spoil too much now, as it's just starting soon for you guys. But hey Cheetah, I'm doing well, thanks. How are you doing? Everything good? We got Debbie is in Alberta. Oh, very cool. Hey Debbie. That's cool. And so I thought it was an okay episode. I didn't think it was amazing or anything like that. And I just felt like, after reading that article about them having to social distance on set or on, so that it would affect the actual episodes themselves, that's when I was like, oh man, this is going to be strange. So it's not too bad. What do you think, R. Perez, who says, I saw it, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's okay. It's not terrible, I wouldn't say, or anything like that. It's pretty decent, but I do feel like these 6 episodes are much say lower quality than what we're used to for Walking Dead. Maybe not lower quality, but it just feels like it was more of a struggle for them to produce them. So I'm happy they made them. So at least we have something until the summertime, until season 11 starts for Walking Dead, unless you count the other series. But I do feel like the social distancing stuff has caused a quality hit for Walking Dead, I think. And let me know, what do you guys think about that? Respond to that here in the comments. I just feel like, in the live chat, I just feel like it's harder for them to do everything, right? And you get a lot more zoom in shots, like a lot more close up shots of them, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just a little bit different. Also, the episodes each one seems to be very sectioned off. So, I guess we could say it's the best that they can do given the set of circumstances, right? So, Dwighty Boy says, my expectation for this episode are so low, it's sad. Well, it's not too bad, Dwighty Boy. Don't go in thinking like it's going to start for you in about 5 minutes, right? So you can watch and then come back after and let us know what you think in about an hour when you're done watching it. But, it's not bad or anything. It's just that, it's more difficult for them to do everything. That's why most likely you're seeing the sectioned off episodes, only focusing on smaller sets of characters and everything. If they encounter a bad guy, it'll be like one bad guy. If they encounter, someone else, it'll be like one person by themselves. So it's, it maybe reminds me most of like season 2 in some ways. You know how season 2, there was those episodes kind of in between, like before the Shane versus Rick stuff and Randall and all that, where there was like some smaller episodes they did, like the one where does Daryl get shot, or does he, what happens there? I forget. Somebody shoots and he like sees Merle or something. And is it Andrea who shoots Daryl? I'm trying to remember. This is like so far back, right? But some of the season 2 episodes is kind of what it reminded me of. It made me feel like, that's kind of what it's like. So, Andrea Rickson says Bizarre versus Jizza. So it's something like that. What do you guys think? Have most of you guys seen the episode yet, or are you going to watch it in 5 minutes? Mr. D or MD sent through a alien, fallen angel, a demon emoji for us. That's fun. I like that. So we did a stream a couple weeks ago about Greys, and we went through the whole history of Greys. If you haven't seen it, you can watch it. If you like aliens, you might like it. My take on aliens is that it's a social engineering deal. Yeah, watch it if you haven't seen it. You might like it, unless you're really like a huge believer in Greys and spaceships and extraterrestrials and all that stuff. Because I sort of break it down and kind of go against that. The more I researched and looked at it, it just felt like everything else. No, Simpson, I have not seen For All Mankind. What is it? What is it about? Yeah, there's a season 2 of The Walking Dead. It is really good, especially the ending. The finale for season 2, the start and the ending is really amazing. It's something to remember for sure. You remember that the whole series through. You'll never forget that part. Eve wants, who's Leah? So she'll find out soon in this episode. I don't want to spoil it. You got 4 minutes if you're going to watch the episode, Eve. So feel free to go watch it, turn this off, or mute me, minimize me, whatever, and then come back after. And we'll hang out after with everybody. So we got so we answered him. Yep. Sean says, Trev, I'm so glad you're still going. I've been online for a year and so glad you're still here. Oh, well, thank you, Sean. Just a year, because I have been doing this since 2009. So if it's 2021, that's pretty much like 11 years. Could almost, I almost want to say 12 years almost, but it's, we're still going. We're having some fun and stuff. I'm right now, I'll be honest with you guys right now, I'm kind of bored, to be honest. I keep looking for other things. Like I watch the Walking Dead episodes with you guys. I do the reviews each week right now when they're on, but I'm just bored. Like, I don't know. I think is it Superman Lois? Is that the new show that went on hiatus because of TS19? So they've actually decided they're not even going to film or anything, their episodes, because of the social distancing and all the other stuff. It sounds like they decided they're just not even going to do it. So I am glad that Walking Dead and AMC decided to do these episodes, because other, similar shows and whatnot have decided, we're just not going to we're not going to bother. We're not even going to do it. So, I'm glad that AMC is doing anything at all. But I've been bored lately. Like, I've just been looking at saying, like, what else am I going to do? Like, what videos am I going to make? Can't really do videos about real life so much because they've got the Department of Truth after us. Trying to censor everybody, shut everybody down. So I can't do that. And it's like, okay, can't talk about Gil Bates, can't talk about people like this so much, like just a little bit, but I got to encode everything. I got to be real careful. I can't name videos, certain things and stuff. So it's like, okay, I can't do that. I do Walking Dead as usual. So that's fun. That's fine. It takes up some time. But aside from that, I'm just bored. I'm like, what else am I going to do? I'm looking at other stuff, watching some other shows and whatnot, but man, our movie theaters here are still closed. And I'm just looking at it saying like, wow, it's kind of crazy. Like, cause it's March 2021. And it's just like, man, how long is this going to go on for? Like, are we going to get like entertainment back at some point to where even close to what it was before in the next couple of years? Like, is that going to happen? So yeah, it's what it is. Stone Savage said YouTube works for the Greys, Birdman. Yeah, it works for the demons, right? The Greys, yeah. Hello, Akil, Walking Dead, yeah, DZ. That's right. Oh, we got 32nd degree sunlight. SP Mason's here. Hey, dude, how you doing? Hey, Trev, glad you are still at it. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, 32nd. Happy to have you here, and thanks for the info about outer space. It's fun. 32nd degree, right? So, no, they're not. Check out The Girl with All the Gifts on Netflix. Well, Arparaz, I know, man, there's a lot of different shows on Netflix and a lot of different stuff. I go through Netflix. Jess and I watch some stuff. We go through Amazon Prime. I look around at like old stuff to watch. It's like, I watch some cartoons. I do that. But aside from that, I'm just like, damn, dude, I don't even know, like, what could I review? What could I do? I guess I could review some older zombie movies and stuff. Oh, is it? Okay, it's a zombie movie. Maybe I'll check it out if it's a zombie movie. I'm always down for zombie movies, but yeah, I don't know, man. Well, at least they got some episodes done. Otherwise, I'd be really freaking bored right now. Dan Smith, you want me to shout out Landon? So hi to Landon. How you doing, Landon? And same with you, Dan. Hope you guys are well. Demand Hammer says Trev going ham in the grave. What's that mean? What's ham? HAM. I'm not familiar with that acronym. With The Last of Us. Yeah, that's true that there are some good series coming. There's the Day of the Dead series. There's Last of Us. There's Fear, which is coming up soon, which is going to be good. There's World Beyond Season 2. If anyone wants to watch that, I guess so. And then there's the final season of Walking Dead. I don't know. When Walking Dead is over, I'm going to be so bored, man. I'm not going to know what to do with myself. I'm going to be like, what do we do? It's like, I don't know what to do. I did a review for this comic, Department of Truth. That's pretty good. Maybe I'll buy some more issues of that and do some more reviews. It's not too bad. Did I get anything new for the backdrop? Well, I got the owl. Oh yeah, I got this frog thing. We were at the dollar store. And a sheep. Yeah, so I added a sheep and I added a frog. And I like the frog because doesn't the frog kind of look gay? It looks a little gay. Think like Turn of the Frog's gay. So I don't know. I just threw it in there. I saw it. I was like, I gotta buy that. That's good. It's like a gay frog. Turn of the Frog's gay. That's good. I gotta get that. So, but the sheep is cute, right? That's so that's a good addition to the backdrop. Yeah, I watch The Walking Dead, Elijah. I rewatch it sometimes, but the new episode's on right now. If you guys want to go ahead and watch The Walking Dead. It's on right now. And I'll be here when you guys are done. You can come on back. You can minimize me, mute me, whatever you want to do. So that's cool. Hey, DV, thanks for joining, man. Hey, Guts, how you doing? You like that, Arpraz? Yeah. Turn the Frogs gay. Oh, yeah, Army of the Dead and Mace is Arpraz. That's true. That's coming up, too. Yeah, Trevor, are you special ed? I actually have a bachelor's of science, which has a dropout rate of, here, I'll get it. It has a dropout rate of around 90%. Yeah. So I want to wait for school. So here it is. Where is it? Yeah. See? Right there. There you go. Okay, so there you go, brother. So, yeah, no, in my special ed, actually, it's the opposite, dude. I was a TA in university. I taught people, dude. So just so you know, it's the other way around, actually. But it's funny, but I get it. Like, I understand societal programming and everything and how effective the talk shows are at kind of convincing you to think a certain way. They really manipulate your mind like crazy. It's really good stuff. So I'm not special, Paraz. I just finish things when I start them. That's all. Or that was MD who said that. I'm not special. I just, I finish stuff when I start it, right? So it's what it is. So we're finishing The Walking Dead, dudes. We got about a year and a half left. We're finishing it up. And that's that. But, yeah, so let's see. Anyway, I don't want to, let's not get into hubris stuff and stuff like that. MD, if you want to think I'm dumb or something, that's fine. Or you're just trolling, that's fine. That's cool. So Snyder Cut. Yeah, that's true. Movies just got, is that Caesar from Planet of the Apes? Yeah, it's Caesar, right? I like Caesar. I like Planet of the Apes. It's good. It's kind of propaganda too, in a way, right? If you think about it. So a little bit, it's kind of cool. But yeah, I like the Snyder Cut should be good. I saw there's a figure for Darkseid. So apparently Darkseid's going to be in the Snyder Cut. So that's going to be pretty sweet. So I'm going to write down the date for that and check that out, man. It might be long. I think I heard 4 hours, right? But even though it's 4 hours, I'll still watch it because that's going to be really cool. So thanks, Jeff. How you doing, man? Hey, Albert, long time no see. How's it going, man? How you doing? And yeah, that's true, DV. There's nothing wrong if you were special ed. So I had students. I taught one student that was visually impaired, and he actually got straight A's in his last semester when I worked with him. I had to go to his house after school and everything because he also had bad hearing too. He was blind, but his hearing wasn't good either. But he still managed to get straight A's in his last semester. It was only a 2-year. He got a 2-year. It's like a second year. So he did finish and everything. So I was really proud of his hard work that he was able to do that. But yeah, that was definitely a lot of work. But there's nothing wrong with people that are, that have learning disabilities or are impaired or whatnot. They can still do it too. They just might have to work harder or do more hours. That's all. That's how I got him straight A's. I used to do 10 hours a week plus his courses. So we would do 10 hours private. I'd go to his house. His parents would pay me. We would do 3-hour sessions, like 3 times a week, and then 1 hour before. And, even he could do really well. So, yeah, so you got to do it, man. Got to go for it. You can do it. Believe in yourself. It does matter, but believe in yourself, but put in overtime. That's the key. Mike at Themic sent through the first super chat for today. Thank you, Mike. I do appreciate it. And he said, are you excited for the new season of Dexter? Oh, are they doing a new season? That's cool. I actually haven't heard of that, Mike. This is the first, you telling me is the first I've heard about that. That's if you've seen the series. I have seen some episodes of Dexter. I kind of like it, but it's super dark, right? Very, very, very dark series about people because Dexter himself is like a psychopath, right? He's got that kill switch engaged that he has to kind of filter it, sublimate it into something. So it definitely is interesting stuff, but super dark. And I actually didn't know, Mike, that they're going to be doing a new season of Dexter. Well, that's really cool if they're doing that. I would like to watch at least one episode of that because that could be really good. So good stuff. If you have another question too, Mike, go ahead and send it through. And thank you for the super chat, man. I do appreciate it. Let's see. So I'm going to ban you, MD, because you're just spamming and you're not adding anything productive. So I don't like to censor people, but you know what you're doing. You're just messing around. So let's get you out of here. Okay. All right. You take care of yourself, MD. Thank you for nothing. Okay. Back to the topic of the video. So, all right. So is Leah still alive? So we're at 9:10 now. So most people are probably watching the episode through here. I assume most of you guys have seen the episode. If you care, if not, that's cool. So in this episode, we'll kind of recap here. This part's kind of spoilers. So Daryl runs into his first, I guess, love interest of the series, unless you count sort of possible love interest with Connie and with Carol. So I don't really count Connie or Carol as love interest for Daryl. It kind of feels like they maybe have the start to something. I wonder if in the spinoff series, Daryl and Carol will actually be romantically involved, will actually get together. And we'll have to see if they do that. I tend to think they probably shouldn't do that ever. They should have a close bond, but I don't think they should be actually romantically in a relationship. I think it's better this kind of way, platonic type of relationship, friendly type of relationship instead of a full on long-term relationship type of deal. So you have Leah coming into the series set up with Daryl in this episode. And we get to see they spent approximately 10 months together, but they were meeting and maybe seeing each other in between longer than that. So can we say about a year or 2 years they were kind of in the vicinity of each other? Sounds about reasonable, right? So the first question is probably, which people probably ask, is Leah even real, right? And one of these types of things again. I've seen this in comments already. So I think Leah's real, but Daryl is the only one. Daryl and Dog are the only ones that have interacted with her. So by the end of the episode, she somewhat kind of leaves, and Daryl sort of leaves her a message that he chooses to kind of be with her. So we do get the sense they were romantically involved. We don't know if Daryl has ever been romantically involved with anyone prior to that. We could probably assume when he's younger, he probably had something, but nothing too serious or anything like that, because he's kind of he likes to go off on his own. That's just his personality. Even if he's not looking for Rick, if he were to be in a long-term relationship with Leah, she'd have to understand that Daryl likes to go off. Some guys are like that, There's like here in Canada, for example, we have lots of guys that like to go camping or they go hunting or they do stuff like that. They like to get off on their own and go and do that. And so, it is difficult for them to be in a relationship sometimes if they really like to go out and be on their own a lot. But you can still do it. The woman just has to understand that they're one of those types of guys. So Daryl is one of those guys, right? He likes to be alone. He likes his own company. He likes to go off by himself and do his own stuff. Not that he's antisocial, but that's what he likes to do. So with Leah here, she decides to kind of leave, and he has not seen her again. I've seen some predictions already. Maybe she's one of the Reapers now. I heard it's one of them. If they turn her into a villain, I guess that could be the case. I tend to lean away from that, though. I don't think that that's going to be true. Could she be with the Commonwealth or kind of out there on her own somewhere else, maybe looking for Daryl or something? Could be. But with how much Walking Dead we still have left to go, with the fact that we have all of season 11 still coming, we have the Walking Dead Rick movies, we have the Daryl Carroll spinoff series. Most likely, I think we'll see Leah again. I do think she's alive. I don't think she's dead. And I'm sure we will see her at some point in the future. If it's not season 11, then maybe in the Daryl Carroll spinoff series, and she could be a supporting character or something like this. But she might not be able to stay in a long-term relationship with Daryl because he is somebody that is pretty closed off, and he really likes to have his own space and likes to go off and do his own stuff. So that's kind of my thoughts on Leah. I'm pretty much certain she's alive if she's real. I think she is real. I don't think she's a figment of his imagination or anything. I'll take it that she, dog came from her. It was her dog. And I'm going to take it that she is real. She left because she got frustrated and fed up with Daryl. And who knows where she ended up. That would have been a while ago now. So most likely, I don't think she'll be a Reaper. I think she'll be probably off on her own. Maybe not Commonwealth, but you never know. And we should likely see her again at some point. It is strange, though, that none of the other survivors from any of the communities bumped into her or ran into her during that time, because when she left and her and Daryl kind of split, that was a while ago. That was not recent. So that was quite a while ago that happened. And she hasn't run into anybody else, Whispers or anybody that we know of. DV, thank you for your super chat, DV. And he said, always appreciate the channel plus different content. So thank you, DV. I do appreciate it. And we try to keep going. Even after The Walking Dead's final season, I'm going to still produce videos. We're going to try our best. We're going to see what we can find to cover. And, that'll be good. It is a shame because I wanted to do more kind of conspiracy videos and that. But I did get suspended for a week about a month ago or so. And it pretty much became apparent to me that you can't really do it long term because eventually you get shut down or whatever. Maybe there's a few people that are able to do it and power to them, and that's good. But there's also a lot that have already been shut down and do get shut down. So it'll probably mostly be shows. And I'm always a comic fan too, so I'm always looking for different comics. So I do like this one right now, Department of Truth. It's very good. It is a shame there is no Walking Dead comic right now. But I'm reading Department of Truth. I'm reading Turtles, the IDW series, which is cool. And always on the look for other series that are coming up that could be good. Somebody asked me about Attack on Titan. So I do like Attack on Titan. It's just a little bit maybe too dark even for me, but I do like it. And I think it's marching towards its final season now, isn't it? DV said, Trev, do you think The Walking Dead will end better than Game of Thrones did? It shouldn't be hard. Yeah, yeah, I think it will. It shouldn't be too difficult, man. It shouldn't. It shouldn't be hard. DZ86 said director Gil Bates told us about new sequel coming in 2025. Your opinion? I can't keep up with all the stuff that Gil Bates is into. I can't keep up. Now he's into the environmentalism stuff, global warming, cows, and buying up all the farmland and all the other stuff. This guy is just everywhere. It's ridiculous. The only question I have about Gil Bates right now is he the head of the Rockefeller bloodline in the United States? Because that's the only question I have, because you have Junior, who's so you had David Rockefeller, so he's gone. So you have Junior, and then you have Gil Bates. Now, if you go back further in Gil Bates's bloodline, there is a school of thought. I think David Icke has said a few times that the Gates bloodline and the Rockefeller bloodline fuse at a point. So he is actually an offshoot of the Rockefellers, if that's true. So basically, Gates is a Rockefeller. And so this is another way you can think of the bloodlines, the family bloodlines. Like there's the 13 family bloodlines. You could think of it this way. You could say that each one is sort of like a bloodline heir, a bloodline king or heir to that certain bloodline. And when you have 13 of them, it's kind of like you have like 13 kings or queens, sort of. And each one in the future will take up the bloodline and will be the representative there. So if you wonder why Gil Bates is all over CNN, he's all over everywhere in this whole thing, he's basically speaking on behalf of the elite, elite ruling class, pretty much. So somebody asked him about Bitcoin this week or last week, I think. And where's my Bitcoin? Here it is. So somebody asked him about Bitcoin, and he doesn't like it. It sounds like the elite ruling class don't like Bitcoin. He says it wastes is it electricity or energy or whatever. So maybe it's not again against the environmentalism type thing. But the other thing is that the elite ruling class like to mint the money. So when you have kind of an open source party that can do that, that's tricky. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next few years with Bitcoin, because I do think that the elite ruling class and the Fed in particular, the central banks, I think that they've got their eye on it. And it sounds like they don't perceive it as a threat yet, but they should, because if the Bitcoin black hole keeps expanding and more people keep buying up Bitcoin for more and more money, they're pouring in their fiat in to get your Bitcoin, and the price is rising. It could become crypto could become a serious threat to the central banking system. So I'm surprised they haven't done anything mostly yet, but I do think that at some point they'll probably start to go after the exchanges, which I think will likely happen. But so far they haven't really done much with crypto, so that's actually kind of a good thing for anybody who likes crypto, because I did think that at some point they would crush it. I thought that they would crush it at some point. So, and you got to listen carefully. Like when Gil Bates says stuff like that, he's speaking on behalf of the elite ruling class. That's who he's talking on behalf of. He's not just saying like his opinion is not just his opinion. His opinion goes into the foundations that he's involved with or owns. It connects to all the others. Typically, they have the same kind of mindset going. It's like working for a company, and you talk to different employees, and they pretty much say about the same thing. It's kind of like that. Or you talk to a manager over here, you talk to a manager over there. Most of the time, they kind of talk the same way. They have the same kind of rhetoric or same kind of line of thought. So anyway, where were we at here? And see if DV said anything else. Okay, he did. He said, don't worry about the senior stuff. Do other things like you love, like psychology, computer stuff, comics. Yeah, you're right, man. It's cool. Yeah, you can't do much about it, and they're just going to shut it all down anyway, from what I'm thinking. Guts said it's the YouTube censoring that's destroying it. Yeah, it could be. It could also be shadow banning, stuff like that. You know, I don't know 100%. The other thing too is like the series that I enjoy, like Walking Dead and stuff like that. Game of Thrones just toppled itself basically. But they're not as popular as they were. And that's the biggest thing, you know, is that like Walking Dead is not as popular as it was before. And that's what I enjoy the most. So have to find things that people enjoy that I also want to feel, you know, to the need to create content based on it. What Kong say? Lindsay Lohan coin. What's that, Kong? I don't get it. Spike 43 said, hey, Trev, off topic. What do you think about the new Mortal Kombat trailer? Well, I think it looks awesome, Spike. I love Mortal Kombat. I'm a huge 90s, 80s geek. I love that stuff. I love the Mortal Kombat movies from the 90s. I know they weren't very good, but I just love them just for what they are. I just love them, man. I love Mortal Kombat. So I'm looking forward to the new one. I do sometimes play Mortal Kombat. I've got it on my arcade downstairs. I've got 1, 2, and 3. My favorite's probably Mortal Kombat 3, but the newer games are good as well, too. I think they had Spawn in 1. In Injustice, they had the Turtles, which was cool. So I like Mortal Kombat. Yeah, Mortal Kombat rules. Tim said, I bought around 200 in Bitcoin 4 years ago, hanging on to it until either it goes through the roof or tanks. Yeah, it's a good crypto, and Bitcoin is an awesome thing to have, depending on how things go in the future. It could be, bigger than Microsoft. It could be bigger than Apple. It could be bigger than Amazon. It could be huge in the future, depending on the only criteria. The only thing that I have in consideration is, will the central banks try to crush it because it means that they can't control the money supply as easily if it continues to become more and more widespread? Because part of the elite ruling class rules through controlling the money supply. There's even quotes you can look up, like Mayor Amschel said, give me control of a nation's currency and I care not who writes its laws, something like that. I have to look up the exact quote. But basically, because the central banks can't control it, it's a good question of what they're going to do as a response to it. But it is, if they acquiesce, which people are also known to do, then crypto is just going to probably shoot up higher and higher and higher into just about infinity. It'll be millions, whatever, per Bitcoin at some point, probably. That might be 10 or 20 years down the road. But they haven't stopped it yet. So it could just keep soaring if that's the case. So Demand Hammer says, Carl was a doofus. Alex 4LOL says, hey, they've done a decent job since Carl died. I agree. They have done a pretty good job since Carl died. I like Chandler anyway. Sean said Chandler Riggs was awesome anyway. I keep getting drawn in. Okay. All right. Well, have a good night, Sean. Thanks for joining us. And man, I do miss seeing Carl in the series, and I do like Chandler as well. I think he did a good job and everything, and I do miss seeing him in the show as well. I hope we get to see him again in the movies and whatnot. I hope we do. I think we will. Albert, yeah, right. I would give up almost anything, any other asset I have first before Bitcoin. Like, the story of the pizza guy, right? I remember a few years ago in some of the newspapers, there was a guy who mortgaged his house for Bitcoin. I wonder how that guy's doing now, because he's probably laughing his ass off now. Because what happened is I think around that time in 2017, I think he mortgaged his house to buy Bitcoin, and then it pretty much crashed, and now it's like sky high. It's like 50,000 or so, maybe a little less right now per coin. So if he held on until now, he's going to be laughing. The people who laughed at him won't be laughing now. So crazy stuff, man. So Elijah said, do you know what the next episode is? Well, there was the table reads and there was the titles and descriptions for the episodes. I have not looked at the last couple of days what the descriptions are for episode 19. So I have not seen them yet, but I guess we'll see. I'll have to look it up. So Ellie Fant says crypto will be irrelevant once the GR implements the cashless society. You'll know nothing. How about it? Yeah, it's tricky stuff. El, I have no idea how they're gonna make that work. Like I look at that and I say, like, it can't work. When I read Klaus Schwab's book and I did a review of it, I was like, this can't work. You can't. How could you do this? No one's gonna want this. How could you do it? And they're sort of doing it, but it's like, I don't know how you could possibly do it. Like, I just don't. I don't get how they're going to do that, man. I really don't get it. I'm kind of even though I read his book and everything, and I see the line of thinking, I still have to sit there and say, like, that's not going to work. You can't do that. I don't think anyway. So, Elijah wants a Connie episode. Well, we should see her back at sometime soon, right? And Diffuse said, will Leah and Daryl be our replacement reuniting at the Commonwealth instead of Michonne and Elodie? Oh, that's a good idea. So maybe you're thinking, Diffuse, that Leah goes to the Commonwealth and then Daryl, when he arrives there, he sees her again. That would be cool. I would like to see that. Yeah, that would be good. That's a good theory. I like that. That makes sense to me. Would be good. So then they said it for nothing. I'm just seeing here. Yeah, I know, Elfan. I know it seems the whole idea of worldwide communism just seems crazy to me. It's like how could you do it? I just don't see how it could work. I don't see why anyone would want to do it. I don't get it, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it'll be a slow grow and it'll take a long time, like past our lifetime even, to really finish everything. But I don't know, man. If you look at how much things changed in the last year or two, maybe they can pull it off. Maybe they can. I don't know. Yeah, Stadia says, very weird episode, bro. So it is a little bit of a strange episode, isn't it? Episode 18. It's just a little bit different than what we're used to for Walking Dead. I wouldn't say it's bad or anything, and I always like seeing Daryl. I always like seeing Carol, and I'm happy they finally did a love interest for Daryl. It's just that it's a little bit slower pace than what we're used to, and but it's okay. It's still good stuff. I still enjoy it, so not too bad. Tim says that's why the left is so pissed. Places like Texas are opening back up to full capacity. No mask mandates. Can't take small business if they're open. Yeah, it's true, man. People at some point are going to want to kind of fight back, or they're going to want to run their lives and run their businesses and everything too. So, yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. We'll see, how things go in the future. But yeah, so we're reopened again here as of last month. We were on full-on lockdown closure, everything closed, basic except for essentials, grocery store and whatnot. But finally, we're back open again here now, so that's good. So let's. I haven't seen Idiocracy, Elfant. Is it any good? I watched. What's the one called on Amazon Prime? It's Utopia. Yeah, I watched Utopia a couple times. I guess a lot of people figured out that the one of the final scenes in Utopia is pretty telling. A lot of people have been uploading that with the doctor. Dr. Christie, is that his name? So yeah, Dr. Christie, who's like a Gil Bates type character, which is fun. So Medieval Reaper says, Trevor, you in the new generation of gaming? Been playing a lot of Call of Duty Warzone to cure my boredom. Well, that's good. Maybe that's what I should do. Hey, do they still have a Call of Duty Zombies there, Medieval? I like to play Call of Duty Zombies. I haven't played that for a long time. So, yeah, that could be cool. Let's see. Just reading some of your guys' comments here. So ridiculous. Okay, so Idiocracy, yeah. So he said it's great. Used to watch, but yeah, not so much to live in. Okay. Defuse says, I think you have to set your standards lower for bonus episodes, considering I'm still happy as I never expected a C season. Yeah, that's true, Diffuse. You're right. We do have to set our expectations lower than usual. And this is the first filming they've done in production since TS19, right? So since last year. So it's the first time they've done it. I'm sure they'll get better at it as they go. New regulations and everything, protocol and everything. So yeah, it's good stuff, and I'm just glad they did any at all. Let's see if when the episode ends, people will join us afterwards. I take it most people are watching it right now because only a few people have premieres. So, yeah, let's see what you guys said here. So, Albert said, thought Daryl would be gay, to be honest, with this diversity culture BS. Yeah, there was a train of thought for a while there that maybe Daryl was gay. I guess we find out now that he's not gay. He's just kind of closed off because of his past. That's all. So Daryl is not gay, so that's good. So he's, he's with Leah and whatnot. And I guess, again, predictions are Commonwealth will see her back again with him, I guess, or at some time, maybe in the spinoff, we'll see. Let's see. Well, that's true, Alphonse. They are. That's a good point. So, I'm sorry to hear about that, Albert. Your dad punched you in the nose. That sucks. Yeah, that's not good for you psychologically. Okay, Daryl could switch Hitler. So Alphonse, I really don't want to see any more new normal episodes. Started watching The Expanse to fill the void. Is that what you're watching? You're watching The Expanse? I haven't seen it all the way through. Is David Morrissey in The Expanse? The governor. I haven't. Is he in The Expanse, or do I got that wrong? I'm just going off memory here. And who else is in The Expanse? Who stars in The Expanse? Because I haven't seen it. Negan and Maggie will hook up. Says Laura, nice. Yeah, right. It's terrible. Medieval, is Punisher getting a fourth season? I don't think so, unless they just announced it or something. I haven't heard that until you asked that. No, I don't think so. I think it's done, isn't it? Yeah, Tama says, I'm shocked that they allowed Daryl to be straight. Yeah, that's true, right? Defuse says, Tyrese's actor Chad Coleman, he's in The Expanse. Okay, cool. I do like him. He was awesome as Tyrese in Walking Dead. They killed him, set him on fire. That was Carol. Hey, Tyler, how you doing, man? We got Zach Pride here, who says Leah is going to be alive, and then her and Connie will fight over Daryl. Yeah, that sounds about right. L says season 2. Okay, so I haven't seen the first season of Expanse yet, all the way through. Maybe that's something I could check out. Let's see. I do think I wrote down some questions from you guys earlier. Let's see. Alan Ahmed said that, my goodness, I've been sub since season 3. I'm 32 now. I was 24 back then. My Lord, how time flies. Yeah, it's true, man. I think that's probably most of us at this point, right, guys? Like most of us who are still watching have been watching for a long time for Walking Dead. And so it's just like, we're all kind of almost, a decade older than when it first started, whenever you got on. So for it, David Gamer is the one who said that he thinks that Leah is probably a Reaper. And I said, no, I don't think so. Jay Dev had said, ENT Network, or is Jay, he said, I was really bored with this one. As I told you, I understand they had limitations to deal with while filming it due to the TS-19. And he gave it a 6.8 out of 10 for this episode. I'll put it in the same category with Still and Swear. I feel over time Still has become more watchable. I'm glad that we came close on the score. I feel it wasn't quite a 7 for me. Yeah, I understand. I'm trying to also keep in mind, Jay, that it's harder for them to do it and everything and whatnot. So I'm just really appreciative. I don't want to score any of them too low because I'm just appreciative that they're even doing it at all. But if you want to be brutally honest, Jay, you could probably go lower. Well, Still, you had Beth and Still, and she's not in the series anymore. So, and you have the part where she told him that he'd be the last man standing. So it's a little bit better. Maybe Swear is the worst episode of the series at this point, the Tara episode, especially because she's killed off. And, just about every site you can think of has that listed as like the worst episode ever. Weapon X100 says this has filler written all over it for this episode. So I didn't feel like this was a filler episode. I felt like getting to see Daryl's struggle with Rick was necessary. So I didn't think it was really something to where it was like, it's just filling time or just a cash grab or something. I didn't feel that was the case. I felt like there's substance to it. And even the Maggie episode too, the first one with the Reapers, I thought was a cool development of a good group of maybe mini villains or some kind of villains, which could be cool. So, I wouldn't call this filler, any of it filler. Getting to see Daryl react to Rick being gone is not filler. But I felt like they didn't talk enough about Rick in that episode, like in this episode that people are watching right now, because, Daryl searching for Rick, it almost felt like that just was a subplot to the new relationship for Daryl. But I feel like that shouldn't be the case because Rick is so important that they should have found a way to kind of make it more about Rick in that episode. So, let's see. What'd you guys say? This is the Phil. Oh, okay. Full Camp says, I can only approve with the idea that they'll use the episodes to fill in all the gaps and backstories of characters in the past 6 years. Well, yeah, I'm okay with that if they do a lot of flashbacks and they give us their backgrounds and whatnot. Here's Negan and stuff like that. That's really cool. I don't see a problem with that at all. But I do think that some of these episodes will see the Commonwealth. So I don't think they're all going to be like filler. They're all going to be like flashbacks or, character-centric episodes, because I do think they're still doing the Commonwealth stuff, Ezekiel, Princess, Yumiko being interviewed by the Commonwealth, stuff like that. So I think it's going to have some of that in the episodes as well, too. So I think you'll probably get to see that soon. We'll see after this episode, maybe next week's episode. Let's see what else we got here. What is everyone watching? Matt wanted to know, why did all the Marvel shows come back to Netflix? Well, I think most of them are on Disney Plus, aren't they? Most of the Marvel stuff. Is the show, what's the WandaVision? Is that over now? Is that done its first season? I haven't seen it all the way through. I got cops outside. Let's see. Dan Smith said, do you think we'll see Michonne before the series ends? Well, that's a good question, Dan. So will we see Michonne back in The Walking Dead before The Walking Dead is over? It's a very good question. So if we have like a year and a half left, maybe we will see her just before the end. But then again, it could be the other way around, and we'll see her in the movies and not until then as well, too. I guess there's no way to know ahead of time. So, yeah, hey, Jay's here. How you doing, Jay? He said, why didn't they show us Lily's death in season 4? Yeah, they skipped it, didn't they? I guess they just felt like maybe they had shown enough action or whatnot, and so they decided to kind of do that during the skip and not film it, and that's just the direction they went with it. So, but that's true. A lot of people ask about that one, even to this day. For all the named character deaths, people still bring that up. So they probably should have shown that to us, and they never did. So, yeah. Do you think with Rick being gone for so long in the series, would he return and suffer his same comic fate? No, I don't think so. Or perhaps Daryl gets it instead. No, I don't think either Daryl or Rick will get that kind of fate. Maybe Aaron is my prediction for that, which I've had for a while now. But no, I don't think they'll kill off. I don't think for Walking Dead they should probably ever kill off Daryl, ever. Rick, yeah, you can maybe kill him off in like the last movie or something. Or one of the last movies you want to do, like the second or the third movie, something like that if they do them. But no, I think Daryl should always pretty much be alive in Walking Dead now at this point. It just makes sense. He's sort of like Wolverine in some ways. Let's see what else we got here from you guys. I guess we'll stay on and we'll wait for people to get to see the episode through and then see if they come and join us afterwards for the stream, guys. And thanks for the super chat, Jay. He said maybe someone asked you this at some point already, but will we ever see Heath again? So the leading kind of theory for that, Jay, is the movies. Probably we'll see Heath. Probably see Heath in the movies, maybe the first one. And he could because we did get confirmation in some interviews that what happened with Heath was he was offered up by Jadis and given to the CRM for experiments or whatever they were doing with him. Same as Rick. So most likely we'll probably see him in the Rick movie. When we get to see Rick again, we'll probably see Heath again. But that's if they even use him at all. It could matter, like if they can get the actor to want to do it. If the actor wants to do it, Corey Hawkins is his name, right? If he wants to do it, he could. He was in Straight Outta Compton, and I think he's been in some other movies since then too. But yeah, I don't think we'll see him in the Walking Dead series ever again. I'm pretty much set on that. I don't think he'll ever return to the TV series, but we might see him in the movies. If he doesn't show up in the movies, then that just means that he's been, I guess, experimented on at the CRM and is basically a zombie or is dead. And we don't get to see it. Off-screen death, another one, just like Lily, I guess, right? So, yeah, Coachella. Oh, Dr. Dre. Have you guys ever looked into the Tupac Still Alive one? Are you guys familiar with the Tupac Still Alive deal? Apparently, there's a guy. His name is Akil the MC. Have you guys heard of this guy? Because I'm just bringing this up because you guys brought it up. Akil the MC. Have you anyone seen this? He's got some YouTube videos and stuff like that. Here, I just typed it through the live chat for you guys. And he's in a rap group called Jurassic 5. They're called Jurassic 5. And so one of the ideas is in the 90s when they did, you had Dr. Dre, NWA, that whole thing that they did. Jurassic 5 is like another group that, so they did kind of the thing where you had Tupac, Biggie, if you guys remember this back in the 90s and whatnot, and they sort of killed each other kind of, or whatever happened with that, if you guys remember. Well, there is a school of thought that that nobody really died. There was kind of like a work. It was basically a work, and the actor who played the character Tupac plays a new character now, and his name is Akil the MC. He wears like dreads, and he's got he looks like he's had some plastic surgery, but he's really short. That's the only thing about it. So I compared them. Somebody asked me about this, so I'll just answer it, and might as well do now to fill time here until the episode's done. But yeah, if you guys ever want to look into it, if you're fans of Tupac and Biggie, look at Jurassic 5 and look at Akil the MC, and the other guy's name is Soup, which is like it's pretty cool. There's also some of the other members of the group in Jurassic 5 look like some of their friends. So maybe none of you guys have heard about that one, but anyway. Check that one out if you want to. If you like Tupac, I think you owe it to yourself to do some research. Spend a few hours and watch Akil the MC. Watch his mannerisms. Watch some of his songs. Watch some of his music videos and bus tour and stuff like that. It's pretty cool, man. Check that one out if you guys haven't seen it. I don't know if it's true or not. It wouldn't surprise me if it was. But check it out if you've never researched that one and you're a fan of that kind of music. Anyway, before we got into the Dr. Dre stuff, yeah. So Heath, the actor, Corey Hawkins, and Straight Outta Compton, and because they had that whole kind of thing with their music and everything that they did in the '90s. I remember California Love. That was a big song in the '90s. If you guys remember that one. That was a hit. That was that the biggest hit for Tupac? I think so. Anyway, that group, it's kind of like a group, and Jurassic 5 is like exactly the same. They even do what's the song called? What's Golden? It's like the same kind of creative thing. Like they're having a party, whatever. This whole kind of thing, holding on to What's Golden. Check it out if you guys haven't seen it. If you like it, yeah, Dan, it would be that he just switched characters. So he's like an actor, a lifetime actor who played Tupac, and so now he plays Akil the MC, which is a not nearly as prolific of a character as Tupac was. Tupac was a huge character in the 90s. But if he's not a regular person just like anybody else, then Akil the MC would be his persona that he would switch into, basically. And the dreads are a little suspicious. Also, the way he laughs is pretty cool. Check it out if you've never looked at it. I haven't spent that much time looking at it because I'm not a huge fan of Tupac or of Dr. Dre and the others. I do remember how popular they were at that time and everything. Biggie and the others. I'm more like alternative and everything, but alternative music I still like. I was listening to Rob Zombie earlier. You guys like Rob Zombie? So stuff like that. But I like some of it. I like some of Tupac's stuff. But it's pretty cool. If you've never looked at that one, it's pretty fun. I'll tell you this, Biggie Soup looks exactly like Biggie. I mean, exactly. I should have used my other software so I could show you guys. He looks identical, pretty much identical to him. It's just as if he went on a diet, and that's pretty much it. So check it out. I don't think anybody here from the comments, doesn't look like anyone here has done any research on it. So Trev, your thoughts on Sir Robert Zombie? Is that Rob Zombie Demand Hammer? He's not a sir, is he? I don't think he's knighted. But I know that what is his track that he had? His CD, Rob Zombie's CD, the real good one. What was it called? Hellbilly, something like that. Like Rob Zombie, Hellbilly something. Isn't it 13 tracks? And what is it, 66 minutes or something for the CD? Let me look this up. Is it Hellbilly or something? Rob Zombie. Yeah, Hellbilly Deluxe. That's it. Hellbilly Deluxe. 13. Yeah, it's 13 tracks. See, Rob Zombie knows. That's why. That's why he did 13. So it's 13 tracks. Okay, the length is 38 minutes. Where did I get the 66 from? There's Dragula, Super Beast, Living Dead Girl. That's an awesome CD though, man. I gotta admit, that's a really, really awesome CD. I love that CD. Yeah, it's 13. It's 13 tracks. Okay, but the 66-minute one is not right. Where did I see 66 minutes for? Something. Anyway, he says he's an atheist. He says he's not a Satanist. But if you listen to his music and stuff, Super Beast and everything, Devil's Wing and everything, he goes through the whole thing. Anyway, it's pretty cool. I like his movies too. If you guys haven't seen him, but Perversion 99 he's got on this one. That's pretty cool. So anyway, I don't want to talk about music too much because music is pretty it's pretty dark. It's got a huge dark undercurrent, underbelly to it. So yeah, but that's kind of the stuff I'm into that I like, stuff like that. Hey Mario, how you doing, man? I don't know about that one, Albert. Best rap group, the Fat Boys. Yeah, so Jurassic 5. Here, I'll do a thing for you guys. Jurassic 5 is the name of the group. And the little one is basically, well, what? Is he Tupac? I don't know. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know. Check it out. It's pretty cool, man. Yeah, let's see. Okay, can you guys get that? Does that link work? All right, click that link and take a look at some of the pictures. The only thing that throws me off is that Akil the MC is so short. But I think Tupac was super short. They kind of hit it. They didn't really show it to you. They didn't really let you see how short Tupac actually is. I don't know how tall he would have actually been, like 5'4", something like that, 5'5", like really, really short. So I don't know, man. But check that one out. It's pretty fun, man. Listen to some of their music if you want to see. So Biggie would be Soup. So he'd be the one. You can kind of tell. You just look at him for a minute, you'll kind of see. It's like, okay, I see. Now again, I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know if there's any truth to it, but I just think it's pretty cool to look at. So Spike said Daryl is the POV character. Well, he's pretty much our lead for Walking Dead, and we'll see how that adjusts once Rick returns in the movies at some point here, right? So Alara, have yourself a good night. Yeah, Angry. I already know everything about that, Angry, and I cannot really talk about it. I don't want to talk about it at all. So yeah, but I already know basically everything, Angry, about that one. Now that's one I have researched like crazy, and it's so dark that I'm gonna touch it. Made that mistake before. It's like, oh no, don't get involved in that. Crazy stuff, man. Absolutely. So, but it's cool book and stuff. Definitely one that's good to research. If you want to learn for yourself, then yeah, go for it, Angry. But I already know pretty much everything about that one, and just don't really get into it. That's all, on purpose. So Northwest Ghost says, great to meet you. Who are you saying that to, Northwest? You do look like him. Yeah, Azuya. Not only does he look like him, but he, yeah, Spike. No, I don't think so. I don't know. Well, yeah, and also, how is that possible that you're just screwing around? Anyway, no, I don't know about that one. Let's see what we got here. So, Matt Dixon asked what I think about Michael Jackson. Did he fake his death too? So I don't know about Michael Jackson. I've never researched Michael Jackson in a serious way. It does take hours, you guys know, to look through these, right? If you guys are just looking at these for 5 minutes, that's not going to do it. You actually have to look through them for maybe 5, 10, 20, 30 hours. You should probably take a notebook and write down everything and go through it if you really want to know. That's the best way to do it. Compare everything and look at it both ways. Think of reasons why it works. Think of reasons why it doesn't. Try to disprove it. Try to debunk it, and beat it back and forth to try to get it to where you can get the answer as to what the truth is. Maybe it's false. Yeah, that's what they say, Dave. But he looks shorter than that to me. He doesn't look 5'9" to me. I think that's a lie. His age is also super suspicious to me, Dave. His age is really a trip because they try to say that he's in his 20s or something. I look at him and I'm like, he doesn't look like he's 25 or something. I'm like, what? He's 25? He's not 25. Shut up. So, but that would make sense if he's a character that they would lie about his age and his height as well. Yeah. Yeah, they just lie about it. That's all. You gotta keep that in mind. Use your best judgment and compare pictures where he's next to someone else to get a sense of his height, because he's really short. I mean, really short, shorter than 5'9", I think. maybe 5'6", 5'5", 5'4", something like that. But you also shrink as you get older. 20, 30 years later, if you were 5'6" or 5'5", 20 or 30 years after that, when you get in your 50s or maybe 60s, you're not going to be 5'6". You'll probably go down at some point, especially in your 60s. You're going to start being 5'5", 5'4". Like you're going to lose a couple over decades, right? So you gotta factor that in too. So yeah, Kelly, I don't know about the Epstein one. I think he's dead, but maybe he's not. I don't know. But I haven't seen anything that would lead me to believe he's still alive. Like I haven't seen any proof of that at all or anything. But so who knows ultimately, but we got to see something. If we're going to say he's not dead, show me something. Like, okay, where is he? Who is he? What is he? Did they give him a new persona? If that's true, who is the person? Can we compare teeth? Can we compare pictures? No. Okay, well, if we can't, the best one is teeth, because a lot of people don't want to get braces and switch their teeth up, because braces hurt a lot and they're really a pain in the ass. I don't know if you guys ever had braces, but they're a pain in the ass like crazy. So a lot of your swap outs, they don't change their teeth. Their teeth are almost the same most of the time. At least their palate's pretty much always the same. So compare the teeth if you want to know for sure. If you get a smiling picture or something. Yeah, Jake asked, what will we do after The Walking Dead ends? I really don't know, Jake. I really don't know. I'd like to continue doing this with you guys and do videos on something. We'll have to see what series are really popular around that time and what we want to do. But I don't know, man. I mean, I guess I could leave YouTube at some point and just stop making videos, but I don't really want to, because I really enjoy doing it with you guys. So maybe we could just do different stuff and review different shows and everything else. Hey, Jay, I didn't catch UFC 259 last night. No. Who fought at 259? Let me do Google here. I want to see who fought last night. And you did ask me my favorite UFC fights. That's a good question. So, and I saw your list too. It's pretty good. But I think some of them I haven't seen, Jay. I haven't seen some of those fights. So it was Adesanya versus Black Oasis. I haven't. I'm not even sure. I haven't watched for a couple of years. So who won last night? Let me see here. I'm just checking to see who won the fight last night. I didn't even know there was one, to be honest. Oh, they had a few championship title bouts, did they? Let's see. Decision, unanimous. Okay. So Black Oasis, how do you say his name? I don't know. He's Polish, that's why I can't pronounce it. Amanda Nunes won. Well, I'd probably expect that, right? Jan won. So yeah, I've been out of the UFC loop for a little while, man. I'm not 100% caught up with everybody who's there. Azuya, I didn't see Connor lose when he got knocked out. No, I haven't seen that. No, I haven't, because I haven't been watching too much of UFC lately. I like to see the heavyweights fight. I always like to see the heavyweights and light heavyweight. Those are my divisions. Heavyweight and light heavyweight. Hey, Jake, how you doing, man? We got Jake Kennedy here. How's it going, Jake? Yeah, see, Benny, Daryl found love. What? Boo! You don't like the fact that Daryl found love? I'm happy for Daryl. It's been a long time, man. That's a good thing. That since the beginning of the series, we've never seen him have a love interest. So that's a good number of years without one. So I thought it was good. Oh, that's good. Happy to hear it, Jake. Attack on Titan, said Kelly. I'm not caught up on Attack on Titan, but I do like it. I think it's really good. Yeah. Let's see. Matt Dixon said, did Leah become part of Maggie's group and now she's been captured? So I don't think that Maggie will know Leah. I think they're going to separate those two. But it was a long time ago. Like when they did the flashback when Leah leaves, that's got to be a way back. That can't be that recent. So we'll have to see when we see her again. But maybe the Commonwealth is a good prediction, or after that in the spinoff or something. We'll see. So yeah, Northwest said, I can't believe they're going to pull the plug on Walking Dead. Not fair. So yeah, it's what it is. Well, the original series anyway, and then we'll see for the spinoff series and the movies and whatnot, which should be pretty good at least, right? It should be decent enough. That's for sure. Yeah. So yeah, but paranormal videos, I don't know Northwest about doing paranormal stuff like aliens and whatnot. Is like I don't think any of it's really true. Maybe an afterlife, something like that could be, but ghosts and stuff like that, I don't. I'm not really into it. I don't think it's true. I think it's just defective housing and stuff like that. So, but yeah. So Albert said, "Ghost, want to see the video? I took a video of a ghost at my school. That's cool." Yeah, I'm not so into that kind of stuff too much. So Matt says Daryl will repopulate the earth with his offspring. Yeah, right. Yeah. Why does the Illuminati love Plato? I don't know. Do they love Plato, Spike? Does it remind them of us the way they can mold us into whatever they want? Pretty much. Is that why? I never heard that. Or is that a setup for a joke, and then I'm supposed to say why, and you're supposed to answer it? So, well, yeah, they are doing different Walking Dead series, Dan. They're doing different spinoffs and whatnot, so that's true. So there's going to be different. There's going to be different Walking Dead spinoff series. There's going to be different things they're going to do. So which is good. But we'll just have to see if any of them take. I am surprised that there isn't as much demand for Walking Dead anymore as there was. Like in terms of comic books, now the comics are over. But there's no figures being made. There's hardly any collectibles being made, any merch being made for Walking Dead, and that's tricky. Yeah. So Jay, favorite fight? That's a good question, man. I like some of Fedor's older fights, Jay. Like maybe Machida. Also Machida against Randy Couture because of the crane kick. That was amazing. I like some of Anderson Silva's fights, but maybe like Fedor against Brett Rogers. That was a really good one. Because it did look like, because that was when Fedor was unstoppable, nobody could beat him, and it looked like Brett Rogers almost had him and just had to land one of those bombs because that guy was huge. And Fedor makes the comeback in that one, so that one's great. That's one of my all-time favorite UFC fights for sure. I'm thinking what other ones. Like I liked some of the older Ken Shamrock fights because I was a big fan of Ken Shamrock. I liked when Brock Lesnar came in and he beat when he beat Randy Couture. That was unbelievable. I mean. I didn't think that was going to happen at all. I thought Randy Couture was definitely going to win. So some of those ones, some of Tito Ortiz's fights, but I do like a lot of Machida's fights because, Machida's got the karate style, which is so cool. And you don't see that very often. So some of those would be some of my favorites of all time. Or maybe like Fedor versus Nogueira in Pride. That one was unbelievable, man. Just the build up to the fight, and then to get to see Fedor's ground and pound was unreal. So yeah, Fedor is probably my favorite ever. Fedor against Chael Sonnen was pretty good, but it didn't last very long. I eat booty. But Chael did pretty good considering. I mean, he did his best. I like Chael a lot. He does his best. He goes in against some of the best of all time. So it's fun to see anyway. And Bader did beat Fedor. Bader beat Fedor, which I was surprised to see that he caught him. You got to think that when Fedor was in his prime, that wouldn't have ended. He would have still won, right? But anybody could be caught, right? You get slower over time too as you get older. I'm just happy he's even still fighting at all. So those would be some of my favorites, Jay. Jay? Did you ever watch Pride? What are some of your favorite Pride fights, if you did? So I used to love Pride, man. Or Vanderlei Silva in Pride, some of his fights where he would kick guys and stomp guys, and when his nickname was the Axe Murderer, right? Yeah, old school Hoist Gracie. Yeah, that's true. Hoist Gracie was awesome way back when. So, you didn't see Pride. Pride was fun because everybody was juiced. They were all enhanced. So there was one like where who did Rampage slam? Rampage slammed somebody in Pride and knocked them out. I forgot what his name was. He knocked somebody out with a slam. It was a power bomb. He power bombed a guy. A Brazilian guy. What was his name? When Rampage powerbomb guy knocked him out, I forget. Yeah. So Paul Daly versus Nick Diaz from Strikeforce. That's true. That's a good one. I liked Nick Diaz in Strikeforce. He's really good. Clay Guida against Diego Sanchez. That's a good one, Kong. Yeah, that's a good fight. I remember that one. Yeah, Diego's fierce. He's intense. He fights. He's really intense when he fights too. Well, so is Clay too. So that was a good one. Yeah, really good one. So Mike Hance said, I think Leah is alive because if she just left on Daryl, she would have taken Dog. So someone took her And if she was killed by walkers, there would be blood. Yeah, you're right. Like they would have shown us something, right, Mike? If she was dead. So I'm certain she's alive, but it's a question mark of where she'll be with. I'll predict not the Reapers, maybe Commonwealth, or on her own at some point in the future here, and they run into each other again. Yeah. So I think they'll be reunited at some point. They're going to use it again. It's pretty obvious, right? You can see it. So. Oh, don't worry about that, Jay. We got to talk about something because there's only so much we can talk about Walking Dead. So that's why, like this past year, we've done some other things too, which is good because, we can only do so much for Walking Dead, especially as it's ending anyway. So, but I'm not as into UFC as I used to be, unfortunately. I wish I was more into it nowadays, but not as much. But I like some of the fights. Heavyweights, like I said, is always fun to watch. So, Dan said, I disagree that someone took Leah because the picture of her son was gone. Yeah, that's a good point, Dan. I don't think someone captured her or took her. I think that she left on her own accord and that we'll see her again at some point. Yeah. Izzy Kong, is Diego Sanchez crazy? That's fun if he is. That's fun stuff. Like, what is he crazy about? What is he into? I'm not sure. So, okay, the episode should be just wrapping up soon here, guys. So maybe we'll have some more people join us since the episode should be just ending pretty soon here now. So let's see. We're giving it a spinoff. I don't like the new Walking Dead. It's rubbish. It's a spinoff. Yeah, you're right. But, I don't know I don't think there'll ever be as many people interested in Walking Dead as there was before. Maybe with the movie, maybe with that kind of stuff, that will help a little bit. But I don't think there will ever be as many people who are into it as were into it in season 7, up to season 7 premiere, and then also after Carl. Once Carl was killed off, I don't think there'll ever be as many people interested in Walking Dead as were there before that. And I mean, that's like the natural run of things anyway with TV series, is that things start out popular, or even comic books too, right? They have a good run, and that's why a lot of times they reboot them over and over again, because they have a good run for a while and then they end. Like even the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the 90s, it only lasted, I think, 10 seasons and it was done. So Walking Dead's going to last even more seasons than Turtles did. The original Turtles, that is. But there was spin-offs of that, different reboots and different versions after that too. So we can expect something like that for it. Javier says, do you not talk about T anymore? Well, there's not a whole lot to say, Javier. I mean, I don't know what you want to say about him. He's basically out of the picture. Will he come back in 2024? I don't know. Will they let him back is a question, right? Will he be allowed back? Maybe, maybe not. I think he's done some speeches now, like a couple, right? Or at least one I've heard of. But, I tend to think that since he's out and maybe he wasn't doing what they want him to do, that he probably won't be allowed back in. That's kind of what I'm thinking, is that they won't allow him back. That's what I think. So we'll have to see in 2024 if they just let it run and he really wants to do it and he goes for it. Maybe he can get through if there's no intervention. But I just tend to think that I kind of think he's been blacklisted. I think he wasn't doing what he was told, and so he's out, and I don't think he's going to be coming back. I really don't think so. But we'll see in 2024 if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe he will come back and he'll win and be a Prez in 2024. I don't know. But, I don't talk about it a whole lot. The Letter After P group really screwed that up for everybody, basically. And it was the psychological operation. So a lot of people got really, confused by that, really suckered in by that. One way to keep people, if you just keep telling people what they want to hear, they'll find a way to believe it. So the Letter After P group, that's what they're doing. They just keep telling people what they want to hear, and people keep finding a way to believe it, right? Even though it doesn't make sense, even though it's obviously false, whatever they say, just keep telling them what they want to hear, and they'll find a way to believe it. And that's about right for the BitChute Letter After P people. That's pretty much what they do, right? I don't really talk about it too much anymore. I don't know what there is to talk about. There's nothing interesting there. It's just whatever they want to happen is going to happen, and that's basically it. Especially with B in, right? So that's what it is. The gamer Patty says Daryl got laid. So that's good. So gamer, did you just get finished watching the episode? And Jamal said, wait, does Daryl have a girlfriend? Hi, I'm from England. Well, I guess so. Pretty much he does. Yeah, that's true, right? So he really is. His coach is a cult leader. Kong, is he really? For Diego Sanchez's coach is a cult leader. That's funny. I just find cults to be funny. I just think they're hilarious. I think like the Reapers in Walking Dead are like a cult. Like they've got this Pope character, which is probably Robert Patrick, and it's like a little cult or something, which will be cool to see in some way. NRG Patriot said, do they still make comics? No, not anymore, which is sad. I think at some point they will do something Walking Dead comic related. I think they should, but they just haven't yet. Maybe at some point we'll see it. I hope so. I'd like to see it. Tia and Tulsi would be a good ticket for a governor of Florida. Well, I'm not really too familiar with the individual states and whatnot, especially because I don't even live in the state, so that's part of it too. Yeah. Well, it certainly was fun to watch, Javier. That's for sure. It was interesting, at least. That's for sure. So it was fun, but it wasn't going to be allowed to last forever because he wasn't doing what he was told to do. So that's what happens. You get pushed out, and he just got pushed out. That's it. And past that, we're not even really allowed to talk about it. So I guess we won't. So I don't think they have any relation, Kelly. I don't think Leah has anything to do with the Reapers at all, aside from them just coming in at about the same time. Well, Dan, I don't know. The way I see it, Dan, is just basically whatever they want to happen will, and whoever you put in really doesn't matter so much because it's not. My viewpoint of the system is it's not actually a free system. That's propaganda, basically, or that's a profane mindset. It's not actually free. It is a fixed system. And when people get off the rails, they'll get rid of them and put in somebody who will stay on the rails for what they want. And that's basically what we got to see in the last year or so. And that's my impression of how it works and how everything fits together, is that the freedom idea is not really true. The Donald Tiger is who T is. We just don't say the whole name because he's banned off the internet now, pretty much. So that's why. I don't want to get the stream shut down or anything, too, so I don't say his name either. Plus, a lot of people don't like him, but somebody asked me about him, so that's why I said. So Jamal, the girl, did you see the Netflix show on the girl who went missing in the hotel? Is that the, what's it called on Netflix? The hotel, I think I know the one you're talking about, where there's the girl in the elevator, right? I think Jess showed me that one. So there's the girl in the elevator that's kind of talking to herself, whatnot, she goes missing. That looks to me like a cult killing of some kind. So it's probably a cult hotel, like a hotel where there's like a high-level satanic cult or Freemasonic or some kind of cult that either owns the place or is closely involved there. And if that's the case, then that would make sense as to why you have deaths and stuff like that and things like that. You do see that a lot in certain locations where they're kind of active. Javier says, Candace Owens is a grifter. Look up her social autopsy bullshit before she got popular. I'm not, I don't know about individual. Cecil Hotel, that's what it's called. Debbie posted. Thank you, Debbie. The Cecil Hotel, where the girl goes, whatever happened to her and that whole thing. Yeah, I just think it's a hotel. It's like an occult-owned hotel, like a secret society, a cult type hotel where you have ritualistic things like that performed. That's what I would see it as, but I haven't done too much background checking about the Cecil Hotel. I haven't looked into who owns it, what has been done there. Is it a Freemasonic hotel? Is it some other kind of secret society involved? Is it a location that is used for maybe, some of the surrounding groups and things like that? I haven't looked into the Cecil Hotel too much, but I did see the episode on Netflix, and we went through it a little bit. So where is the hotel located? Is it like a Welcome to the Hotel California or something? It is. I don't know. There's that song, right? Which has some backwards messaging in it, I think, too, doesn't it? The Hotel California. Didn't John Todd say it was written in which language? Which means that if you play it backwards, you get some backmasking in it. Which language? Yeah, it's in L.A. The Cecil Hotel is in L.A. So is that Hotel California? Is that what that is? I don't know. Which hotel is Hotel California? And who owns the Cecil? That's what we got to know. Who owns the Cecil Hotel? That's what I want to know. Is it? Let me see. Who's the name? William Banks Hanner. I don't know, bankers and stuff involved, right? So that's like, yeah, of course. Who owns it, man? Owner Richard Bourne. Who's that? Is like Bourne Identity, Richard Bourne. Who's Richard Bourne? I don't know who that is. I gotta get the family names because I don't know. I gotta look up the families and find out. Is he a Mason? Is he Jewish? What is he? It's like pretty easy. Richard Bourne. I don't know. I wish before you asked me, I'd looked into the Cecil Hotel more, but it has a reputation, according to Wikipedia, of violence, suicide, murder, stuff like that. Yeah, it's an occult. I bet you there's Satanists in and around the place, probably work there, that type of thing. Yeah, it's probably a okay. On March 27, 1987, the band U2 performed a live concert on the rooftop, of course, of one building. Okay, Los Angeles, next door to the Cecil Hotel. Yeah, yeah. So it's one of those types of locations. So it's kind of an infamous type of location. Yeah, they probably use it for different rituals and shit like that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But I just watched the Cecil Hotel, the Netflix episode briefly. I didn't watch it too much. So yeah, Albert, we got a good number of people. Thanks for joining, guys. We got at least we have over 100 people now. That's pretty good. So what did you guys think of the episode? If you're just joining the stream now, join the live chat. This is live, just so you know. So ask me whatever you want, comment whatever you want about the episode, and let me know what you think. Josh Rubiner says, like Rush Limbaugh's father was a top judge. Yeah, is Rush Limbaugh? Isn't there a theory that Josh, that Rush Limbaugh is the singer of the Doors? Is that a theory? Have you heard that one? That he plays him? What's his name? The Doors. Let me see. What's his name? Damn it. My brain's not working today for some reason. I should know this already. Jim Morrison, is that? Yeah, there's a theory that Jim Morrison is Rush Limbaugh. I don't know if there's any truth to that. Again, I haven't spent much time in some of these. I used to think these were all ridiculous, and I actually went into some of them. I'm like, holy shit, this one's actually true. Wow, that's cool. I don't know if this one's true or not. I have no idea. But that's one of the popular theories, is that he's Rush Limbaugh. I don't know. It'd be like a character switch. So, which sometimes they do that. Yeah, that's what it is. The theory is that Rush Limbaugh is Jim Morrison. That's the theory. So I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't spent any time. So you got to spend some time. So going through it, but it's kind of cool. But he just pass away recently, right? So may he rest in peace. That whole thing. So don't know. But did Limp Bizkit play in the Twin Towers there, Kong? I didn't know that. If they did, yeah, Jim Morrison, Dan. That's right. That's what it is. Yeah, lead singer of the Doors, right? Because his dad is it Gulf of Tonkin? Is that what it is? That incident? I don't know. Yeah, Dan, that's right. Yeah, that one's true though, Dan. There's like the Max Kaiser one. I'm not Bill Hicks. I'm not Bill Hicks. No, not me. I'm not Bill Hicks. I love that one. That's good. I watched that clip a good number of times through. That's really cool. I like that one a lot. I like Max Kaiser. He's funny. He cracks me the hell up. Yeah, Javier, you're right. The internet wrong think. Well, a lot of the people in like the conservative space online are actually funded by different parties that we won't get into, but it's like, yeah, it's kind of disgusting. Yeah, Josh, some of the people you might least expect being controlled are actually controlled. And it's kind of nasty when you look at it. It's like, wow, this person's controlled. It's like, oh my God, it's crazy because they sort of, it's kind of like they give you the mainstream, but then there's a section of the what you'd call truther space, which is funded by the same people who kind of run the mainstream. So you have the mainstream, and then you have kind of the opposition to them, which is funded by the same kind of people. So they kind of give you both sides. They own both opinions, sort of. And the reason for that is so they can kind of channel it, right? Interested parties can channel what they want out of both sides, the mainstream and then also the internet alternative. Like BitChute is full of effing people that I am absolutely certain there's a good number of them. Maybe not 50%, probably less than that, but even 25% or 30% is a lot when you consider if they're plants, if they're planted there. That is a lot. So, yeah. Talking's on now. So D Ray. Oh, that's cool. Yep. So is Talking Dead on right now? That's cool. So, yeah. What else we got here? What else you guys say? Rowdy says also he thinks Leah is probably at the Commonwealth and she'll get Michonne's daughter's storyline. So there we got another one from Rowdy who thinks the same as Defuse said earlier. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Josh, yeah, it is. It's really fun to research, Josh. If you want to blow your mind, research controlled opposition. It will blow your flipping mind because there's all these controlled opposition sections set up on the internet that you would never expect are controlled opposition. One of them, for example, is the Flat Earth Society. The Flat Earth Society is a controlled opposition group led by Mark Sargent is his name. And I know Mark Sargent. He's seen my videos. And he commented just like you guys are commenting right now. And I started asking about Freemasonry. And he didn't say anything. He just pieced out. He just left. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I get it. So there's all these, just like gatekeepers. They set up the sections there. And you think they're just regular people. They're just like me or you or whoever, but they're not. They're not at all just regular people. So it's pretty funny. Yeah, Spitfire said he didn't like the episode. He said, holy F, the episode was trash. It reminded me of Still. So he didn't like it. Yeah. Does anyone know how to use Microsoft Excel? Are we seriously talking about Excel here, Albert? Are you kidding me? I'm not talking to you about Excel, okay? No, we're not doing that. Oh, my God. I like the episode. Trev Norman is a great actor, said Angry Greek. Yeah, he is. He's a great actor. He does a great job. He's awesome. I like Norman a lot. Yeah, he does a good job. T's name is now more evil than Jesus Christ. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he is, man. People hate him so much. It's just crazy. Wow. Oh, Albert's drunk. He's just messing around. That's fine. I got it. That's cool. Yeah, so Jackie says that she doesn't like a Talking Dead as much without the live audience. Well, yeah, it's not going to be as good without the live audience. That's for sure. Leah could just be a hallucination. Yeah, that's what I thought too, Kong. I was like, well, how do we know that Leah is real, right? It's like, I think she is, but I don't know. I'll say I think she's real because there was the notes and stuff and everything, but maybe she's not real. I don't know. How do you prove it? Yeah, thanks, Dan. Yeah, this is the real Talking Dead. Yeah, you're right, man. I agree. So, yeah, nothing is real. So, Still was the worst episode ever. Yeah, still is. Well, swear, still. And no, I don't want to include this episode as one of the worst episodes ever. I don't think it should be in the conversation. I don't think it should because this is a Daryl episode. So it's like, nah, you can't do that. You can't take Daryl's love interest episode and say it's one of the worst ever. We just can't do that. We can't go there. It's not one of the worst ever. Still, but like I said earlier, Beth, you got some time with Beth. She's got a lot of fans. Daryl was in it. So Swear is probably the worst now, I guess. I have to admit. But still not one of my favorites, that's for sure. Even though a lot of people do like it for some reason. But I don't think this is one of the worst. I don't think this is one of the worst ever. Yeah, Swear was really weak, man. Yeah, the Ocean Side was kind of pointless, wasn't it? Well, it was all right. I did like when the Ocean Side started capturing people from the Saviors and killing them. I thought that was kind of cool. What was the girl's name who was at the Ocean Side who was leading that? I forget her name. The one that was with the one that is it Tara meets her, right? The girl at the Ocean Side that Tara meets, who's kind of the leader there. The younger one, I forget what her name is. Cindy, that's it. Thanks, Jay. Cindy, right. So when they're killing, I thought that was pretty cool when they were killing a Saviors. It's kind of cool. Like girl power, like yeah, capturing these dudes and killing them. It's kind of cool. Albert says, I think the Negan episode won't show him taking lead of Saviors, but rather just show him with Lucille at the start. Well, maybe we won't see Negan actually starting the Saviors because of the social distancing stuff. It's like, you're probably right. It probably won't show him starting the Saviors, or if it does, it'll just be like very beginning. I'd like to see when Negan first met Dwight. What do you guys think about that? If Austin Emilio could do it, he's doing Fear though, so maybe he wouldn't be able to. But it would have been cool if Dwight would have showed up just when Negan was starting the Saviors, like Stephen Ogg, Simon, and Dwight. Like if he could just see him. I don't think we'll see it though. And here's Negan, but that could be cool if they could do it. Really cool. I don't think they will. Yeah. Jackie asked thoughts on when and how they bring back Rick. Well, a lot of people think he'll be back for the very last episode of Walking Dead. But damn it, man, it might be the movie when we finally see him again. So I hope like the last episode would have Rick in it. That would be so cool. And then the movie could cross over into it or something. That would be sweet. Like the first movie is Rick escaping. You see him at the end of the Walking Dead series. The second movie is him in the group or something like that. And then they, I don't know, go their separate ways, or they go and do something or something. I don't know. Could be cool. Go find a new place to live or something. Yeah, Spike. Well, so is Rush Limbaugh now, so far as we know. Yeah. Well, Albert, I don't think you'll see too much Lucilleing in this episode. Here's Negan, because again, it's you have the social distancing stuff. So Eve's back. She said that the episode was awful. Well, it wasn't that great, but it wasn't that terrible. I didn't think it was too bad. It was okay. But it definitely, we've had some better episodes. They're doing the best they can. It's what it is. Oh, well, what can you do, right? So, yeah, let's see. Spike 43, what's that he said? I love how Jim called everyone slaves when he was drunk. When did he do that, Spike? Are you talking Jim Morrison? Did he call everyone slaves? Like a peasantry type slaves? Is that what he did? I don't know that. I haven't heard of that one. I never really researched the Doors. I don't really like the Doors music that much. I'm not really a big fan of the Doors. It's okay, but I'm not a huge fan. So not to hate on anybody who does like them. I'm just not so into it myself. I don't think it's that good. But yeah, I think it's Leah, isn't it? Isn't it? It's Leah, right? That's how you say it. I'm pretty sure. Philip Auger says, Trev, what did you think of the season 11 teaser during the commercial break? Well, I was doing the stream here with you guys, so if they showed a new teaser, I didn't see it. At least I haven't seen it yet. So, Albert, the movies, they want to do the movies in theaters, Albert, but I don't know how they're going to do it unless the movies all reopen and we see movie theaters go back to usual in the next year or two. Otherwise, it'll have to be streaming or something. I hope we can go to the movies to see it. That'll be great, but yeah. Angry Greek is Norman Reedus on with Josh Brolin on Ride. That's cool. If so, yeah. So let's see. What else do we say here? Simpson says they're saying she's pregnant with Dixon's kid. Well, they could do something like that if they want to do like a future Daryl or something. I guess they could do that. Maybe if Angela Kang wrote it. It's like the women, everybody's having babies, right? It's like all the girls. It's like this show's run by women now, guys. Michael McVeigh says, Trev, do you think there will be a mini Daryl before the? See, here we go. Mike's got two mini Daryl now. That's what we're doing. We're doing a Daryl kid, a mini Daryl kid now. That's what we're doing now. So okay, is that what we want now, guys? That's what you want to see. I don't know. I think I have to wrap here soon, guys, because we're going on about an hour and a half. Maybe we can do a few more minutes here, see if our stream will hold up. Let's see. So I think that was most of what we wanted to cover. So we're just saying we think that Leah's alive. We can all pretty much agree on that. And the best theory right now is Commonwealth or running into him at some point on his own at some time. Her being on her own somewhere. Yeah, so... Spike says YouTube is the tenant ghetto. There's not too many people on YouTube anymore. The people I like, a lot of them got cleared off, unfortunately, which sucks. But oh well, man, what can you do, right? It's what it is. Censorship craziness. Yeah, Leah has to be alive, lunatic. I agree. She's got to be alive. I don't think she's dead. Yeah. And JDev says I think the way they introduce a bunch more kids and have a new show based on those kids. Yeah. Like a future, way in the future type of show, right? Like a old man Daryl. It'll be old man Daryl at some point. He'll show up and he'll still be alive. He'll just be like so old he can barely walk. He'll like have a limp or something, like white and gray hair. He'll come down like that'll be cool to see something like that. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we'll wrap for tonight, guys. I want to thank you guys for joining. I hope that some of you did like the episode, and hope it wasn't too bad for you. And thanks everybody for joining. I'll have more videos for you guys again soon. We should probably do one soon for a review of the trailer. There's a new trailer for Fear, so we'll probably take a look at that. That's coming up pretty soon. And I think they just finished filming on Fear, so I wonder, will the second half of Fear be similar to what these look like? Like, will the episodes be distance and everything, will it make it harder for them to do a good season? We'll see. Will it impact quality? We'll see. Oh, thanks, Jay. Appreciate it, man. And thanks, Josh. Thanks, Metallica Dragon, for joining. Yeah, he just asked, I stopped watching when they killed Carl. What did I miss? Well, it's been a couple of years there, Metallica Dragon. A lot of stuff. So I don't know if I can recap it that fast. So thanks, Guts. I'll see you next Sunday, brother. And Angry and Kongzilla and Debbie, thank you guys all for the questions and everything. Yeah, season 6 of Fear is awesome. We'll see if the second half is as good. Thanks, Madeline. Thanks, everybody who's joined on. And I'll see you guys again soon. You too, Dan, and Jackie, and Spitfire, and Jack. Have a great night, dudes. And I'll see you guys again soon. As always, this is Trev. And I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See you soon. Yeah, I hope the second half will be